What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over the kit for Disguised Clone Trooper. This guy on paper looks absolutely absurd, dealing upwards of 1 million damage if things line up correctly and if you have high enough relics on him. This guy looks like fun. We're going to see what his stats pan out to be. I imagine that he's going to have a lesser health pool, probably going to be slower. We'll see what they do to balance this guy's kit out. But yeah, this guy is going to be pretty cool. You can see we got some top tier art here from Meathead. This is just absolutely incredible work. I think this is his best artwork yet, but I really hope that our Disguised Clone Trooper ends up looking like this. This would be absolutely hilarious if this is how he looks in game. But yeah, this guy's going to be good. Disguised Clone Trooper, Dark Side, which we already knew. Support, Clone Trooper Empire, pretty much what we expected for his tag and his kit in terms of what categories he's going to have. All makes sense. So we need to start off by looking at his key attributes here. We see that Ruse is going to have something in his kit where it triggers additional abilities, much like how we have Underestimated with Lord Vader, giving additional abilities on his attacks. So we can see that we're going to have something similar to that. Target Lock's another example of what this can do as well. He's going to be able to stun the enemy and dispel buffs when using his basic ability, or inflict debuffs on certain enemies with his special ability if he has Ruse. His Territory War Omicron Clever Ruse makes it so that Ruse will no longer expire until the end of battle, and if any enemy inflicted with Order 66 is defeated, Lord Vader and Darkside clones take a bonus turn. That's pretty good. That's a really good Territory War Omicron. I'm probably not going to do it because I don't really care for Territory Wars, neither does my guild, but if I did, I'd probably be putting this on Disguised Clone Trooper. This looks actually really cool. Just having bonus turns, that's great. Now also, strong synergy with other Dark Side Clone Troopers under Galactic Legend Lord Vader. We're going to see how this pans out because right now we have the 3v3 team with Apo, CX2, and Lord Vader. So my question is going to be, is this become another 3v3 team with Tarkin and Scorch? And we'll see how that all pans out. We don't have the rework yet for Tarkin. We'll see when that comes into play. But then also, you know, Disguised Clone Trooper as inspiration, part of Order 66. They're called Decoy Squad 5, which is the ability name down below. But yeah, these guys were just in robes and just sat there at the Jedi Temple, waited for Jedi to show up and then kill them. And if you've never seen the deleted scene for Revenge of the Sith, I highly recommend you go check it out. It's hilarious because Kenobi and Yoda show up to the temple. These Disguised Clone Troopers show up and Kenobi just pegs them instantly. He's like, "You guys are the worst disguised Jedi I've ever seen." Like, it's great. Like, they just see through it automatically. I believe in the book as well, Kenobi tries to make Yoda be his baby and the clone thinks it's the ugliest baby he's ever seen. It's hilarious stuff. I love it. I recommend you guys go check it out for yourself if you can. Of course, they're going to be dressed in Jedi robes, which makes sense. They would ambush the unsuspecting Jedi. We knew that. One or more Darkside Clone Troopers who were present at Operation Nightfall and had a different visual look than Apo and Nightfall Trooper have. That all makes sense. I was hoping to get like some kind of true 501st team, some real true clones that served under Lord Vader. Unfortunately, that's not what we're getting here. We'll see what they do in the future, but yeah, just having another 501st clone that's there with Lord Vader, perfect. I love that. Strategy, you want to prioritize and aim for those who have Order 66 because of what Disguised Clone Trooper can do. Be aware when facing teams that can remove stealth, because without stealth, Disguised Clone Trooper loses a lot of synergy and loses a lot of abilities. He's not as effective if he's constantly getting removed from stealth, so you have to watch out for that. Certain characters, certain teams are going to be able to counteract him pretty easily. Any team that has a very easy way to dispel buffs from the enemy team can be a problem for Disguised Clone Trooper. And of course, be patient and wait for stacks of damage over time to build up before dealing his special ability, because that's going to do a lot of extra damage if they have a lot of stacks of damage over time. And his unique 2 grants him stealth if there are Galactic Republic enemies at the start. And if he doesn't have the Ruse at the end of each of his turns, he gains stealth for 3 turns. So we already know that this team is going to counter Jedi Master Kenobi. We've seen that with Apo, where he's constantly dispelling foresight. We get some synergy there. More stuff here with Disguised Clone Trooper. We pretty much call out Galactic Republic Jedi are going to get absolutely hammered with Disguised Clone Trooper on the team. So this is going to be a hard counter to those Jedi Master Kenobi teams out there. And I've got a video coming out later today that's going to show 3v3 right now with Apo and CX2 under Lord Vader. 3v5 really, they're just wiping out several Galactic Legends. So we're gonna break that down in the video. We get him through his marquee starting Tuesday, May 6th. You will need him at Relic 5 for Master Mace Windu, which we kind of figured already. The other 2 clones you need at Relic 5, so no surprise here. And yeah, never heard of him. Was he made up? Yeah, deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith. There was the book. There's also the Legos game that has him in there as a playable character, which it was a weird one, but yeah, he's there. He exists. He's not made up. This one's pretty cool. I really, really like that they're bringing this guy to the game. Now, of course, I just like clone troopers in general, but, you know, some special clone troopers like this, even better. But anyways, moving on, let's get to the kit. So his basic is called Covert Assault, and with this, deal special damage to target enemy. If disguised clone trooper has Ruse, stun them for 1 turn, which can't be evaded or resisted. If target enemy was already ability blocked or stunned and all allies are Lord Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin and or Darkside clones, dispel all buffs on them, and inflict Order 66 for 2 turns, which can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. That's already really great. So if he has Ruse, he stuns them. Perfect. Alright. If they're ability blocked or stunned, so you have some of those already on this kit. Apo can stun on his special. You also have Lord Vader with his AoE ability. If he has stacks built up and he's used his ultimate, you can ability block as well. So this is going to give some ways to get ability block and stun on the enemy team, and then you can follow up with this basic here, get Order 66 on them, and that's going to kind of stack up with what you're going to have later on down in the kit for Disguised Clone Trooper. More Order 66 ways to get it is perfect. We already have some with CX2. He has to hit the same target 3 times. You have to get 10 or more stacks of damage over time, or I believe it's 8. It's 10 or 8 with Apo to get Order 66 as well, and those are both kind of tricky already. This one seems a little more straightforward. It's going to be more viable later on in the fight, especially as you get that ability block with Lord Vader, but you already have something here. So Order 66 for 2 turns, can't be copied, dispelled, evaded, or resisted. Perfect. That stun that can't be evaded or resisted, that's also perfect. I love that. You're going to get Ruse on him, so yeah, this is going to be pretty good. His first special, actually his only special, is called Well Executed Ambush with a 3-turn cooldown. Deal special damage to all enemies and deal 10% more damage for each stack of damage over time on them. 20% if Disguised Clone Trooper has Ruse, stacking to a maximum of 200%. All Darkside Clone Trooper allies get an advantage for 2 turns. Already pretty good there. We've got plenty of damage over time effects going on. CX2 can put damage over time effects on an enemy that can't be removed as they remove them. He puts a permanent one on them. That's perfect. Lord Vader can build them up. So we're getting some really nice synergy here with damage over time already. And then if he has Ruse, that's going to be a lot of damage. We're going to see how we mod this guy. I want to see what his stats are before we know for sure what we do for mods on him. But this looks pretty good already. Then you get to the stuff that just says, you know what, screw you, Jedi Master Kenobi. If the enemy target is light side, inflicts a healing immunity for 2 turns, and if he has Ruse, that healing immunity can't be dispelled or resisted, and inflict them with a stack of damage over time for 2 turns. If the target is Galactic Republic, reduce their speed by 15 for 2 turns, and if he has Ruse, reduce their speed by another 15 and inflict them a stack of damage over time for 2 turns. And finally, if the target is Jedi, inflict them with offense down for 2 turns. If the Disguised Clone Trooper has Ruse, offense down can't be dispelled or resisted, and inflict them with a stack of damage over time for 2 turns. We're already seeing some good stuff here. So yeah, Galactic Republic, Jedi. So yeah, Jedi Master Kenobi, right away. We're seeing here, this is really going to help counter the Jedi Master Kenobi teams. Reduce that speed, that helps counter the lead that we get with Jedi Master Kenobi. Offense down for 2 turns. That's also really going to help. The heal and immunity, there's a lot of healing on that Jedi Master Kenobi team as well. So if he has Ruse, he's going to hit someone with this, whether it's a General Kenobi, a Jedi Master Kenobi, someone on the enemy team is going to get hit with this, and they are going to take a lot of debuffs. They're going to have reduced speed. This is all really good, and especially if you take them low on health, that Jedi Master Kenobi is able to heal them, but with that unresistible healing immunity that can't be dispelled, well, now that heal is not going to do anything. So you're already seeing how he's going to, along with Apo, be able to counter those Jedi Master Kenobi teams. This is going to pretty much make Lord Vader dominant over Jedi Master Kenobi, something that's been coming for a long time because, yeah, it's just been needed. And now finally, Lord Vader is kind of taking his place in the realm of Galactic Legends with this. This is going to be really good. I like this. And also just the max damage on damage over time effects. That's all really good. Advantage for 2 turns, that's great. So finally we get to his first unique with Clever Ruse, which has a Zeta and an Omicron. At the start of each Disguised Clone Trooper's turns, if he was stealth, he recovers 15% health and protection and gains 20% turn meter and Ruse until the end of that turn. When Disguised Clone Trooper attacks, he loses stealth. At the start of each enemy's turn, if Clone Trooper has stealth, all dark side allies gain retribution until the end of that enemy's turn. If that enemy was Jedi, Disguised Clone Trooper gains tenacity up until the end of the enemy's turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. So basically, yeah, so any kind of like AoE debuffs, he's gonna be able to resist. This is gonna be pretty good. So it's gonna be hard to get debuffs on him already. And so you're going to kind of need to make sure he stays in stealth. The issue here is that Apo can call support characters to attack. And if he attacks, he's going to lose that stealth. So this one's going to be tricky. There's going to be some RNG, I think, with this in terms of a 5v5 team. Because, again, you're going to CX2 and Apo with Lord Vader in 3v3. But I do wonder if maybe Apo and Disguised Clone Trooper in 3v3 with Lord Vader could have something going on here. But yeah, we'll have to see how this all pans out. But yeah, that tenacity up is very, very nice as well. And of course, retribution on all Darkside Clone Trooper allies is great, especially with Nightfall Trooper there. Nightfall Trooper, anytime he crits, he gains stacking offense. So you have this going here, as well as the advantage that you're getting on all Darkside Clone Trooper allies as well. He's going to help kind of stack that offense to Nightfall Trooper. That Nightfall Trooper is going to do a ton of damage as the fight goes on. Of course, also then we have our Territory War Omicron. Ruse never expires, and if an enemy is inflicted with Order 66 and is defeated, all Lord Vader Darkside Clone Trooper allies take a bonus turn. Very, very good Omicron. I think if you care about Territory Wars, this is definitely a must-have Omicron. We'll see how it pans out, but I don't see how this is not going to work out, or how this is not going to be a bad Omicron. Ruse, of course, we already know the effect triggers additional effects and abilities and is removed at the end of the turn. So the way I'm reading this as well is that as we go down here into his unique 2, at the start of the encounter, Disguised Clone Trooper gains 30% offense, and if there's a Galactic Republic enemy, he stealths for 2 turns. So already we're getting that stealth against Jedi Master Kenobi teams. At the end of each of his turns, if Disguised Clone Trooper didn't have Ruse, he gains stealth for 3 turns. So this is where things are going to get tricky, in that we need to see the order of operations, in that if he loses Ruse before he has the modifier for stealth, does he lose Ruse and then go into stealth, or is this something where he's going to be going into stealth every other turn? So we need to see how that pans out. I imagine he's going into stealth every other turn. We'll see how it pans out, but of course he's losing stealth every turn as well because he's attacking. So there's going to be constantly in and out of stealth, and I think that's where you have to have Apo kind of help kind of keep him in stealth as well. Again, we'll see how everything pans out. But then finally we have the Zeta. If the target enemy had Order 66, Disguised Clone Trooper deals massive damage when attacking. Woo! Huge. Already big. That's 100,000 damage. True damage can't be evaded, can't be mitigated. Really good. If the target enemy was Jedi or light side unaligned Force user, he deals an additional instance of massive damage per relic amplifier level.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So what we've already done the math on this, if he's Relic 9, this is 1 million damage with this. It's just huge. Now, I imagine this is going to be tricky, and he's probably going to have stats to help to mitigate this, to keep this from being just an absolutely insanely broken character that's just going to wipe the floor with everything. But I can tell already this guy is going to be a monster on offense, and I think this is going to be an offensive team, where Lord Vader with Apo and CX2 is more of a defensive-minded team. I think Disguised Clone Trooper with Apo and Lord Vader is going to be really good on offense. And we'll need to see what Tarkin's rework does as well and see how things pan out. I imagine Scorch is going to have a 5v5 Omicron for the Lord Vader team for Grand Arena. Yeah, we're going to see how this all pans out. But, man, 1 million damage with this. Even Galactic Legends, I believe they take 1/3 damage from Massive. That's still a 330,000 damage hit with this if he's at Relic 9. That's still going to hurt even a Galactic Legend. So this is going to be really good on offense. Rip to any Rey Ezra teams that you're fighting on defense. Those Rey Ezra teams finally are getting a dedicated hard counter. It's going to be hilarious seeing this against a Galactic Legend Ahsoka Tano team as well. She just can't catch a break. Yeah, we're going to see how this all pans out. But yeah, this final part in his kit just seems absolutely broken. We'll see how it all pans out. I'm excited for this guy. I want to hear from you guys. What do you all think of this kit? Does this have you excited? Are you excited to see what this guy does? Let me know down below. As always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. I will see you guys next time.